Apparently, Ms. Skiff is going on another schizo rant. Apparently, Denims is attacking Emmy because she won't denounce ICE because, you know, who the fuck is going to go to, like, how old is Emmy? Like 26, 27, 28? I don't fucking know. Who wants to go to a female streamer where all they do is talk about Hello Kitty and anime and say, I need your political take on ICE right now. And if you don't, dude, if you don't denounce ICE, I'm going to kill myself. I'm just going to be honest with you. Bro, who the fuck gives a shit about random female streamers' political takes? Who cares? Bro, if you don't say fuck ICE, I'm going to cry. Like, bro, politics is getting so gay with people. Just say what you need to say, but if people don't want to talk about it, it doesn't matter. Especially when they are admitting the reason why they don't want to talk about it is because they're uninformed. And I think we should respect that a lot more, due to the fact that we already have way too many people talking out of their fucking ass about shit they don't fucking know about. Dude, even me, I took a 6-month break off just to get researched and well read on as much shit as I possibly could. That way I can even speak with an air of intelligence or even a modicum of fucking knowledge on what the fuck it is I'm actually saying, right? It's important, and research takes a lot of work, and a lot of people don't care to do that. And then, you know, Miz is also going off about how his entire life was ruined, when in reality, well, we'll talk about that right now. So first of all, we have Asmongold talking about why Steak and Eggs ended. I have not seen this clip. I will vouch or say if bro's fucking lying. All right, let's hear it.
But I will leak this.
Okay.
The reason why that podcast had ended is because of Emiru. She didn't want to do it anymore because she didn't want to be involved in the controversy and the stuff that me and Tectone were getting into. And it's not even that, like, she hated us or anything else. She just didn't want to be involved. Not everybody wants to fixate and build their entire life around politics.
Vouch. Hard vouch. And I think that's completely fine. I think that's completely fine. Genuinely, when we would try to talk about politics, she would go, ugh, okay, I'll play on my phone until you guys are done. Like, genuinely. Some people don't give a fuck. That's totally fair. That's totally reasonable. If you're upset at this, I mean, get a fucking grip. And not to mention, I mean, controversy follows me and Asmongold like the fucking plague. And what do when they know they can't get to me or Asmon? Well, they go after somebody they think they can. That's pretty much how it goes. It is what it is. Right? It is what it is. It's cringe. It's AoE damage. It's gay as fuck. It's lame as shit. And then there's one more. They have to go here before Miz starts losing his fucking mind. Let's get into it.
It's ironic that people bring up Steak and Eggs as like a point of like reference that, oh, this is how we know Emiru is like bad, whenever Emmy was the one that wanted to end the... I'm just going to leak this, right? She's the one...
Yeah, we already heard this.
Like, I was the one, like, she told me, I told Tectone, and that was the end of it, really. And so,
and I'm very easy to work with. You know, somebody says, "Hey man, we got to go in a different direction," or "Hey man, it's just not working out." Is what it is. Okay, I mean, who cares? I mean, listen, guys. At the end of the day, I know a lot of people really love Steak and Eggs, but when it's causing people sadness or grief, there's just no fucking point to continue. Right? It is what it is. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I totally understand it, and you know, like I completely supported it. I mean, you guys know. I mean, I don't have any ill will towards it or anything. And so, like, what I find to be ironic about it is that, you know, you're using this example of a person.
Plus, let's also be real. Steak and Eggs fell off after I left. Right? Let's just call a spade a spade. Steak and Eggs wasn't shit without me. Right? I mean, hey. I'm just telling the truth here. That shit was garbage without me. Straight up. Hey, they tried to get the Netflix adaptation version of me running. Doesn't work. I was the glue, like I always am. It's the same thing with OTK. OTK fell the fuck off without me. And that's the goddamn truth. Because I was the motherfucking glue. It is what it is. World War II, never forget.
That, you know, actually probably agrees with you, and you're just attacking them because they won't repeat the party line. It's like, it's insane, man.
You're not a good person if you say fuck ICE. You're not a good person if you say free Palestine. Okay? The majority of people saying these things are not well researched whatsoever, and they're just repeating what they heard the popular, socially acceptable thing to say is. And they want to say it the most, and they want to say it the loudest to farm as much good boy points as they possibly fucking can. And the reason why I know that's the truth is because there are literal groups called Queers for Palestine or Gays for Palestine where they support Palestine because they're gay, and they don't even realize that gay people are not too well liked in Palestine. And people just want to say whatever the fuck they can to make people think they're a good person, because actually being a good person requires effort. So you might as well just do the song and dance to convince everybody of that reality rather than living it.
It really is. Glad both of you and Tectone respect our concerns. Well, I don't want to speak for Tectone or anything like that.
Asmongold, you can speak for me. I don't care. Saves me the headache of making these fucking clips. I don't care, right? I mean, listen, man. Asmongold is a guy where he's only made like one bad decision that like kind of fucked me for like a little bit. But that was an accident. Everything else has been pretty good. So you can speak for me. I don't care, man. It is what it is. I mean, this guy's so goddamn calculated. I mean, hey, go ahead, man. Do your thing. I don't give a fuck.
I have no idea. But like to me, I mean, yeah, obviously like here's the thing is that like the kind of content that I do is like it's the same as like Hassan, right? I mean, this is
okay, well, don't okay, whoa. Never say that ever fucking again. Okay? We're trying really hard to distance that narrative, okay? No, Asmongold may talk about politics, but the difference between Asmongold and Hassan is that Asmongold's not retarded, okay? And Asmongold actually believes the fucking things that he says. Hassan is saying the things that he knows people want him to say, versus Asmongold is saying the things that he feels, and he's attracting people that are of the same ilk. It's a very big difference. One is pandering, one is just saying it how it is. There's a very big difference.
It's very opinionated. It's radical in some cases. It's polarizing. It's it's divisive. And a lot of people don't want to be involved with that. I mean, that's just really the truth. They don't want to be involved with this. And it's not about like that they agree with it or disagree with it. It's just that they don't want to be involved. Like, that's it. It's too much for them. They have other things that they're worried about. And, people have lives that exist outside of, like Twitter likes and Twitter comments. And so I
also think Twitter is a complete waste of time. It is a net negative platform. It's fun to troll, but the problem is nobody's ever had their mind changed by Twitter. And so it's just kind of just a platform of retards. There's no point of it.
Find it to be really, really frustrating to see that happen. It's because people will be targeted. Well, this is what people like that do, is that they try to basically manufacture a false consensus through bullying and fear on the internet. Because it's like, okay, well, we're not going to listen to what you're saying or anything like that. We're going to do this just because you don't agree with us. And the reason why they do that is they're trying to manufacture a false consensus of everybody online agreeing with them and repeating this to them so they can create the narrative that everybody thinks the same thing. And the reason why they're doing that is because they can't create a real consensus at the ballot box. They can't actually mobilize politically. They can't.
I mean, and this just goes to show, and here's a great example. Transgenderism, very positive on Twitter. You talk about trans rights, you talk about being trans on Twitter, you'll get hundreds of thousands of likes, right? You would go onto Twitter and your consensus of being transgender, that everybody's transgender. Everybody loves the idea of being trans. Then you realize they're 0.1% of the population. And if you go to a Walmart at 3 a.m., what people think about transgender, say, what the fuck is that? Wait, why the fuck's men dressing like women? What the fuck is that gay shit? What the fuck is going on here? Right? But if you go on Twitter, you'd be like, oh my God, everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. I'm going to go chop my dick off right now. Right? So what Twitter does is they really take the minority and they make it seem like everybody thinks that way. But you got to understand, there's a difference between real world opinions and internet opinions. And the reason why they're so different is because real world opinions, you're only going to hear in one-on-one conversations, right? It's just you and that person, right? Whereas internet opinions Well, just like Reddit, majority of time, people are just farming up votes. So they're going to go with whatever they think can get them the most clout. I mean, that is the truth, right? That is the truth. There's a huge fucking difference. If you get your entire perspective on the world from the internet, well, it's probably not going to be that accurate. And that's how we end up with furries who are actually comfortable enough to leave their house in their fursuit and go yiff and piss in their costume and say, hey, do you want to have a smell? Yeah, it's a very slippery slope for anybody who gets their I'll be real. Your version of reality is going to be very augmented if all you do is get all of your opinions and all of your ideologies and all of your social experience from internet people. It is the truth. And a great town of that is like Austin, Texas, right? Austin, Texas is a very internet-forward town. And then you come to a real town where people actually think like San Antonio, and the general public is very different. And you can tell internet people by what color their hair are. If their hair is blonde, brown, or black, they have a much higher chance of being a normal person. But the moment you get into pink and blues and greens, well, I'm gonna be honest, they're probably retarded. But that's just my opinion.
Can't actually get their political ideas adopted by the population.
Yes.
So instead of all of that, what they would rather do is they want to bully and make people afraid on the internet by collectively harassing and abusing them for no reason other than them saying, I don't want to be involved. That's
not to mention, people on the internet really understand that people don't get nuance, right? And they just want to say, oh, emotions always equal right. If a woman is crying, that means they're right. If a family is crying, that means they're right and that they're being wronged. When in reality, like think about this, for example, like the whole anti-ICE things. Like, what do? Like, oh man, there's this picture of this kid crying. Oh my God, ICE made a kid cry? Oh my God, I'm gonna let 18 criminals live in my house now. It's like, listen, man, you gotta understand, criminals doing bad things, when they get caught, they're gonna cry too. Just because someone's sad doesn't mean that they're right. You have to understand their context. And the even more thing to understand is emotions, majorly, are used to manipulate people. And that is the fucking truth. There's a great Freeran quote that I would love to say right now, but on the off chance of coming off as a complete fucking loser, I'm gonna go ahead and bypass that. But yeah, the majority of times, emotional posts or people being emotional in life is usually for manipulation.
it. And they try to manufacture a false consensus because they can't get a real one. That's really what it is.
Yep.
I find it to be incredibly disgusting.
Of course.
And it's very obnoxious. So yeah, they want to control it. Yeah, they want to, that's it. That's fundamentally what they want to do. They want to control you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about what you want. They want to tell you what to say.
Yep.
They want to make you say it. And if you
don't say it, you're the enemy.
Say, I don't want to play this game, they're going to treat you just like if you're on the other side.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
I find it to be very frustrating.
Of course.
It's extremely frustrating. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. And
that's like the whole shit where, like, one of the great litmus tests for me is when I was in the Genshin Impact community and I saw all these fucking pussy content creators day one put Palestinian flags in their bio. Now, once again, am I saying that supporting Palestine is wrong? No, I don't care. Listen, do I have any stake in the Israel versus Palestine war? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at all, right? But the thing is, when there's like this 400-year blood feud going on, and it finally picks up on Twitter, and then day one, you put a Palestinian flag in your bio, and day two, you tweet out Free Palestine, or day one, you tweet out Fuck ICE, I know your ass ain't researching shit. You got no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and you're a fraudulent fucking creator. When you support these causes without researching them at all it does is lead to false narratives being pushed. And this is the exact same issue that I have with the same fucking bad actors going out and pushing false narratives and false information and false allegations on anybody they disagree with, because then when it comes time to actually understand the real shit, nobody knows what the fuck is going on because we're in a platform of fucking lies. But these people who want to seem so morally virtuous and righteous are the people who are making it hard to take real victims seriously and take real causes. It's hard to take them seriously as well because so many people fucking lie. It's pathetic. It is. It is fucking pathetic. They don't give a fuck either. They virtue signal about Palpatine because it's far away and irrelevant to their lives directly. Of course. Of course.
This is one of the reasons why I talk about the stuff that I do. I find these people to be a prime evil in discourse.
Of course.
These people are the worst common denominator on Discord.
Yep, I absolutely agree, and I'm glad that Asmongold mimicked my opinion. You know, I'm glad that I'm glad I set him up for that. Anyways, Jesus, what a fucking mess. Listen, if you want the TLDR, if you want to know why steak and eggs didn't work out, it's very simple. Controversy follows me and Asmongold like the fucking plague, and it's probably annoying as shit. Guys, I'm going to be straight up honest. Dude, I don't even talk to Emmy. I haven't talked to Emmy in months. And to be honest, we barely ever talked. We maybe had like a 2-week session of like where we talked, but like off stream, we barely talked. People were acting like me and Emmy were best friends. We were cool for a while, right? We did business, but like, no, we were never even that close. It's like, it's whatever, right? Like, listen, guy, I like people who talk and she doesn't talk. So like, why are people going after Emmy for me? It's like, bro, we're cool, but people calling us best friends, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, just relax. It's not a big deal. If you want to know who my really good friends are, well, I probably talk about them all the time, but I like don't even talk about Emmy at all. Just relax. It's weird. People are doing this thing where they see people like, you know, me or Asmongold, and they know they can't get to us. So then what do? They go after people who are weaker, who are in affiliation to try to get a dunk and make shit weird. I mean, who cares? It's weird, bro. It's really fucking weird. And by the way, steak and eggs fell the fuck off after I left. Anyways. Ugh.